Moonview Highway proves a second booster course pass is happening in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Okay, it doesn't prove it yet, but in my opinion, it's a strong indication that this is happening. Moonview Highway caught a lot of people off guard, including myself. I'm Nintenrob, and in this video I want to go over quickly why I think Moonview Highway will prove a second booster course pass is coming.
Let's go!
To give some background as to why I think a second booster course pass is happening, I first need to go over some data mined info that was discovered when Wave 1 first came out. This is called the prefix data mine, and this data mine told us which game each track would come from and where that track was initially planned to go. For example, we knew ahead of time that each cup would start with a Tour City track, though from Wave 3 onward, things would start to be shuffled around a bit. But we still knew how many tracks we would be getting from each game, such as 2 SNES tracks, 2 64 tracks, 5 GBA tracks, 4 GCN tracks, 4 DS tracks, 3 3DS tracks, and most importantly, a whopping 6 Wii tracks. As of Wave 5, we now have 6 Wii tracks. So problem solved, right? Wave 6 just won't have any Wii tracks, right? Except, it's not that simple. According to the prefix data mine, the final track of the booster course pass was a Wii track. This track was presumed to be Wii Rainbow Road, and this is backed up by the fact that the track is also in Tour. And many, including myself to an extent, believe this track is still coming. I mean, what else could the final track be? It perfectly mirrors 3DS Rainbow Road ending the first half of the booster course pass. Wii Rainbow Road is just one of those things that makes too much sense. The other common theory is that Moonview Highway replaced one of the unknown GCN tracks, specifically believed to be Mushroom Bridge. To which I say, really? Double Dash fans are already begging for scraps and you're gonna cut one of the tracks for a 7th Wii track? Grrr! Sorry, I'll control myself. As much as I hate to admit it, this one has a bit more merit to it. You see, the prefix data mine told us to expect a GCN track in Wave 3. But when Wave 3 came out, we instead got Wii Maple Treeway. We actually know the missing cube track was actually Waluigi Stadium, which was released in Wave 4 instead. But the question remains, where is our missing GameCube track? With one wave left and 2 GCN tracks supposedly left, things aren't looking good for Mushroom Bridge. But as I said, would Nintendo really cut one of 4 Double Dash tracks for a 7th Wii track? That just doesn't make sense to me. If it was another 3DS or 64 track, I'd be more understanding. Those were both quite lacking in the booster course pass. But Wii? I get it's the most popular Mario Kart game behind 8 Deluxe, but you're already bringing in that Wii crowd with Koopa Cape. Moonview doesn't really do anything here. Except, what if nothing was cut? In terms of Wave 5 specifically, all that was data mined but moved elsewhere was a SNES track, not a GCN track. Nintendo is clearly comfortable moving things around. But if they're being moved around, where were they moved to? And where was Moonview Highway moved from? Well, you read the title of this video. It is my belief that Moonview Highway was originally planned for the second booster course pass before being brought forward. This makes sense to me for a couple of reasons. 1. Double Dash only had 5 tracks in Mario Kart Tour that weren't already in Mario Kart 8, with seemingly no plans to add any more. If 4 tracks were planned for the first booster course pass, it would mean only 1 would be left for the second pass. Makes sense to push 1 back to the second pass just to spread it out a bit. 2. If Wii Rainbow Road was always intended to be the final course of the booster course pass, and if you then decide to do a second one, wouldn't it make sense to push it back so it's still the last track and bring forward a different Wii track. Hence, why we now have Moonview Highway. On that note, I now think Wave 6 is going to look quite a bit different to what was originally envisioned. The original prefix data mine suggested it had 2 Wii tracks, 2 tour tracks, 1 GCN track, and 3 original tracks. One of those Wii tracks was Maple Treeway. If you're doing a second booster course pass, it would make sense to hold off at least 2 of those original tracks for the second booster course pass. This likely means Wave 6 will be the most drastically different wave to what the data mines suggest yet. Now for the record, I no longer think this second booster course pass would be 48 more tracks like I did in the last video. At most, I think we'll see 24. 3 more waves featuring tour tracks that couldn't fit in the first one. Nintendo might not even call it a second booster course pass, but instead an extension of the first one. I won't go into detail as that's not the point of this video. I envision it having most of the remaining tracks from Tour, notably from GBA and 3DS. But I could see another original track thrown in there as a curveball somewhere. This is really just a proof of concept really. The best part about this theory, we won't have to wait long until we find out if it's true or not. Every track in the Booster Course Pass has a unique ID that tells us where it was originally planned. For example, Waluigi Stadium had an ID of CNSW_36. This is how we know it was originally planned for the Moon Cup, the 6th course in Wave 3. If Moonview Highway has the course ID of CNSW_52 or CNSW_68, we'll know it was always planned as the Wii track and we aren't getting Rainbow Road. If it's CNSW_46, CNSW_56, or CNSW_66, it's replaced one of the Double Dash tracks. But if I'm right, and it has an ID of CNSW_71 or beyond, it means we're getting even more tracks in Mario Kart 8. And I, for one, couldn't be more excited. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to grow this channel to at least 500 subscribers after the success of my last 2 videos. If you want to hang out with me online, I'm growing a Discord channel that is linked in the description below, alongside my other social medias. I'm also about to start playing Luigi's Mansion 3 on Twitch as I play through at least one game for every character in Smash Bros. Be sure to follow me there too if you're interested. Because my last video got so many likes, my next video should be a ranking video on Mario Kart characters. Until then, keep on gaming and I'll catch you all later. Bye!